ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। As an introduction to Upanishad, we saw that Dukkha Nivritti and Paramananda Prapti, Atyantika Dukkha Nivritti and Paramananda Prapti, this is our goal of life. For this we strive, and for most part we understand karma as the means to accomplish our goal. This we saw in our first session. This karma, in other words, nothing but prayers. As long as I think that with the help of karma, whether that karma is Laukika karma or Vaidika karma, either of this is going to solve my problem. I am actually seeking prayers, knowingly or unknowingly. I will be seeker of Shreyas only when I understand that knowledge is the solution. Now, these karmas that we take up, either they are Laukika karmas, in other words, my vision is limited to this life, this body, and the immediate problems. And Vedic karmas we perform for a divine body in the divine plane of existence with divine enjoyments, keeping in mind reincarnation, keeping in mind life before this body and after this body, the principle of karma, all of this. Then such an individual also will take up karma, but his karmas will not be limited to Laukika karmas. Means he will take help of Vedic rituals to send messages to Devatas with the help of Agni Devata. And he will invoke those deities and seek their help for removing the problems or attaining greater happiness. Now, everybody tries this, but everybody does not learn lessons from how the life is moving. Main difference between a Viveki Purusha and an Aviveki Purusha is this. Person who has Viveka sees the life, examines and learns the right lesson. Whereas Aviveki Purusha experiences the same life more or less, but doesn't examine it and doesn't learn any lesson. We all have lived in this life, and many of us have been studying Vedanta for quite a few years. Many of us have lived in ashrams, and we have seen life outside as well. Our life, others' life, our family people's life, everything. So actually we have enough material to find out where we should not waste our time. We should focus on exactly where the problem is. So this is one positive for a Viveki. What he has realized is, through his life, family members' life or others' life, that the life will have limitations. Limitations in giving experiences, and those experiences which are attained through karma, all those experiences, whether you live in plains, in islands, in any other mountains or in Himalayas, life will have more or less similar experiences. So I am going to list some of these. Some of these you have already heard. But now we should look in our life and say, yes, this is true. And if you want to add some, you can add on your own. Every happiness that we have attained so far is always adulterated, mixed with some or the other form of sorrow. All happiness, whether it is food related, any other object related, person related, place related. So if I am deriving joy from place, also will have this. That happiness will be there, but some other sorrow also will be there. Because you are going to pay the price for it in one form or the other. This is how Bhagavan has designed the system. Even if I say I will derive joy from food, there also I have to pay price by bringing in the ability to consume that food, digest that food. I will get some strength, but I may get weakened also. So this happiness is adulterated with sorrow, mixed with sorrow. Dukkha mishrita sukham. This is the law of this world. Second is, everything in this world will be impermanent, starting with the experiencer himself or herself. I, the one who am experiencing the world for happiness, my existence itself is not everlasting. So I have already examined it. I see it in myself. All experiences and objects, they are all impermanent. In the sense, you see how quickly things change in the world. Corona has given such a big lesson to everybody. The so-called powerful people or well-settled people or nations suddenly got unsettled. And everywhere they face this. Government collapsed, change in government. This happens so fast. Everybody's plans also, people plan in one way, suddenly things change. So this impermanence is there in this world. This is the part of life. And therefore, any happiness that I get anywhere, I should never get carried away by it. You just ask one simple question to yourself. How is this happiness going to turn around and become sorrow for me, and how quickly it is going to happen? This is the only question I have now. What will be our question if we are Viveki? This happiness, I am just waiting how quickly it is going to become sorrow. Or it will end. At least happiness will end for sure. And how soon it will happen? Because I know this is the nature of things. So it will happen in my experiences also. It is only matter of time. And such an individual will be alert in such enjoyments. Third is, if I get happiness from objects or places or people, I will get attached to them. I'll get addicted to them. I'll get bound by them. So I was looking for freedom, instead I will become bound. Sukhaya karmani karoti loko natai sukham vanyaduparamam va. People perform actions for sukha, but they don't get freedom from sorrow and get sukham. Instead, dukkham continues in this way. And because this happiness, this is the fourth one, happiness that we get is always going to have gradation. Satishayatvam or Taratamyam. It will have Taratama Bhava. So what I am getting doesn't remain important for me. What becomes suddenly important is what others are not getting. Because what I am getting, if everybody else is also getting, then my Sukham is no great Sukham. So I forget what I want and I start focusing on what others also have. And therefore, I end up being unhappy in spite of the fact that I got what I want. I should be happy. But I start thinking, oh, others also have this. What is so great? So I become discontent. And my idea of happiness changes as I grow. So what was my idea of happiness when I was 5-year-old? Then it changed when I was 10. Every 5 years also, if you see, we saw in our life different things as objects of happiness and different things as problems of life. So at 5, I thought I have some problem. When I was 10, that was never my problem. I had some other problem. In this way, we think actually I have different problems and we seek different solutions. But the fact is, we don't stop seeking for solution. And we think a time will come, a day will come when I will have perfect happiness. And we want this perfect plane of existence as the transactional plane. In the transactional plane, we want to live with happiness, perfect happiness, like having perfect body, perfect surroundings, perfect relationships with all people around us, perfect weather. I was noticing something. I was discussing with someone on this. Where there is perfect weather means it is not very hot, not very cold, not too much rain, just perfect throughout the year. Such places become places of bhoga. Those places are never places of spirituality. You see, you observe in this creation, wherever you have best weather throughout the year, those places will not be known for studies, because people go there for bhoga. Most of the islands, this is how they are. They have perfect weather. They are not known for great learning. They are known for enjoyment. And some other places which do not have that perfect weather, but more or less good weather, they will become more industrial houses, offices, businesses, factories, because people will settle there to earn money. Places where least number of people want to go, where the weather is not very conducive, neither in winter nor in summer nor in monsoon, that is where spiritual seekers will go. Himalaya is like that. When it is hot, it will be very hot. When it is cold, it will be very cold. But it is not known for bhoga. It is known for austerity. Whether you take Himalayan mountains, or you take Mount Abu and all, where Dakshinamurti Math is, or any such place, you take Kashi, you take Vrindavan, when it is hot, it is very hot. When it is cold, they all will have severe cold weather also. But those are the spiritual places. That is where spiritual seekers gather. And the more you go down to plains, there will be more other things involved in day-to-day life. Because there are other people who are also living there. So their thinking is totally different. Their priorities are different. So do not look for best weather, best climate, best everything, then I will study. It will never happen. Wherever you are, continue your journey. So when we continue to pursue our goal, that also tells us that I cannot let go of this desire to seek permanent happiness and to eliminate any form of sorrow in life. I can't let go of this desire. So this also continues in the sadhaka's life. No matter how old I am, I feel I don't want to have problems in life. I don't want to have discomfort in life. Okay. So all along, so far, I was paying attention to karma. When that karma is only laukika karma, it is called Paristhiti vada. And when it is Vaidika karma, it is Karma vada. So Paristhiti vada is I am only focusing on changing the surroundings, changing the people, changing the place, changing something or the other. I am basically living at this Paristhiti vada. When I focus on karma, I make karma as the means to attain my goal of happiness. Just pay attention to this aspect. Karma as a means to attain the goal of happiness. This is different. Karma as a means to prepare myself for knowledge is different. Karma is involved in both. But in one, my thinking is karma is my means to attain the goal of happiness. Happiness means sorrow-free happiness. In the other, karma is the means, but it is a means to attain knowledge, which is the fact that I am happiness. So karma is the means for both, but there is difference. So we will come to that. So karma vada is where I take karma and I focus on solving my problems with Vaidika karma, whether it is Kayika karma, Vachika karma or Manasa karma, means Upasana. And in this way, I live my life. This is karma vada. Karma vada along with Upasana. So person will perform puja, rituals, japa, ityadi, but the focus is I want to get rid of problems. I want to solve my problematic life. On the other hand, now the other scenario is where I realize that I am going to use karma and upasana, but I know they will not give me supreme happiness. They will not fix my problems. Karma and upasana will prepare me to tell me Adhyasa is my problem. Superimposition of anatma on atma and atma on anatma. This is my problem. For someone who has studied Vedanta for 4 or 5 years at least, that person should clearly understand my problem is not people or situation or things that come. My problem is Adhyasa. Therefore, I need knowledge, more knowledge, clarity in knowledge, abidance in knowledge. This is what I need. I need frequent reminders that Adhyasa is my problem. So this is the difference between person who is going to walk on the path of Vedanta for the first time versus person who is already walking on this path. In their thinking, this should be the difference. So every time when I see problem, now and then I should remember my problem is not there outside. My problem is Adhyasa. And therefore my solution effort should be there. Adhyasa. Other problems I can ignore. I don't need to waste time on that aspect. What is Adhyasa? I will address that little later. First, what I want to address is that in Shruti, it is said what karmas I can perform in order to increase my desire for knowledge. What karmas I can perform to increase my desire for knowledge. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a mantra, tam etam vedanu brahmanaha vividishanti yajnena danena tapasa anashakena. I think this is 4:422. It's a famous quotation. 4th chapter in Brihadaranyaka, 4th Brahmana, Shariraka Brahmana, and 22nd mantra. Tam etam vedanu brahmanaha vividishanti yajnena danena tapasa anashakena. Tam etam means atmanam. Tam atmanam. Brahmanaha vividishanti. Those who are Brahmana. Now you may ask, Brahmana means by jati, by guna, by karma. So that question we will address when the situation requires. Right now you just understand in this way, those who have some amount of viveka and vairagya. Such people, dhiraha. So those who are endowed with such viveka vairagya, vividishanti, they desire to know. So they are the people who are fit for vividisha sannyasa. Vividishanti word in the Upanishad is for this purpose. And how do they do? Vedanu means through Veda Parayanam. So if I want Chitta Shuddhi, which will result in my desire for knowledge, everybody wants freedom from sorrow. But everybody doesn't think all the time that knowledge is my solution. They think something or the other is solution, and they get obsessed by such thoughts. And then they want to work only in that direction. So they forget what is the actual problem. Vedanu means by Veda Parayanam. Anuvachanam, because after Guru, the Shishya is going to repeat. That's why it is Veda Anuvachanam. Vedanu Yajnena danena tapasa anashakena. Through yajna, rituals, pujas, Dhyanam, charity, donations, and tapaha, austerity. But what kind of austerity? Anashakena. Anashakena means don't do such austerity while you will die. Tapasa anashaken means don't do so much fasting where you can't stand also and then say, I want to study Brahma Vidya. You are useless fellow. Because you are not going to stand there also to study or think. Means without destroying my physical body or prana or life threatening austerity should not be done. So Upanishad says anashakena tapasa brahmanaha vividishanti. Now you think those people who have renounced the world, many people like us, we don't do Vedanuvachanam because we don't do Veda Parayana. We don't do pujas, we don't do yajna yagadis. Dhyanam, so there is no question because people are ready to take Dhyanam. When are they going to give Dhyanam? So the only mukhya sadhana remaining with them is which one? Which sadhana is remaining? Tapaha. Austerity is the only one which they have. And through this alone my desire to know Brahman will increase. How? Because when I go through austerities, I will deny myself of enjoyments which are available to me. When I do that, then I will develop strength to seek knowledge. This is called balam. Nayam atma balahinena labhyaha. This atma is not attained by those who do not have this spiritual balam, spiritual strength. So this balam is required. Then yajna yagadi. So performance of yajna I may not be able to do as physical yajna, physical puja, but I can do manasa puja. So like in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Ashwamedha Yaga is explained. It is said those who cannot do Ashwamedha, because other than Kshatriyas, everybody cannot Ashwamedha Yaga. So it is said Brahmanas can do Manasa. So like that you do Manas Puja. Mind will become more focused, more attentive. Main thing is when I start seeking happiness in Paramatma, then I will stop seeking happiness in Anatma. This is the main thing. Upasana will give me this. So Upasana will give me balam in different ways. Dhyanam, if I don't give, because let's say I am not capable of giving, at least I can avoid lobha, greed. So whatever I have, vidhivashat praptena santushyatam, I am content with what I have. That Bhagavan has given me enough. Then I can focus on Brahma Vidya. So this mantra tells me that the only way to acquire qualification or increase qualification is Veda Parayana, Yajna, Dana, Tapa. Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti I will get only in this way. And that's why Bhagavan also said in Bhagavad Gita, Yajna Dana Tapah Karma na tyajyam karyameva tat, and Yajna Danam Tapaschaiva Pavanani Manishina. Yajna Dana Tapa, they will purify the person. Manishinam Pavanani. So for thinkers, they are the means of purification. In other words, my focus after living a lifestyle in Gurukula or being in association with sannyasis and having done enough examination in my own life, my focus should be more subtle, sukshma. So I should understand my problem is adhyasa. My problem is not this, that, other things. I am unknowingly superimposing anatma on myself. I take anatma dharma as my dharma. And then if my qualification is less, to increase qualification, I should do, either you can do Veda Parayana, whatever that you are doing, or Gita Parayana, Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, ityadi, on regular basis, or Manasa Puja, Upasana. But tapas has to be there as part of your life. Tapaha is a different level. One is willful denial of bhogas, so that we learn anyway and we want to do it. Just because something is available and I can have it doesn't mean I should have it. This is one. So in Gita, Bhagavan has talked about Shariram Tapaha, Vangmayam Tapaha, Manasa Tapaha. All sorts of tapas we have to do. We have to live such life. Shariram tapaha is where I do Deva Dvija Guru Pragnya Pujanam, Shaucham Arjavam, Brahmacharya Mahimsacha, Shariram Tapa Uchyate. So, giving respect, honor to Devata, Brahmanas, Guru, wise people, learned people, keeping purity, cleanliness inside my house, inside my room, in my kutia, outside, everywhere, in my heart. Living a straightforward life. Straightforward doesn't mean whatever comes to your heart you just tell people. I am very straightforward. Whatever is in my heart, I just tell. And when nobody is there to listen, I go on sending email messages or text messages to someone who doesn't want to hear, who doesn't want to listen. I don't care. I know their email address, I will go on sending. Don't do such thing. Do tapas there also. Just because we have phone, so go on sending messages. Vangmayam tapaha. Not to speak when not needed. Not to speak when others don't want to hear. Jabardasti, go on talking. This is Vangmayam tapaha. And Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam. No udvegakaram vakyam. One should not utter such statements which will disturb people. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyam hitam and mitam chayat. It should be satyam, but it should be hitam for that person. Priyam, a person would want to hear such things. Then only you tell. They don't want to hear, why you want to tell? And say it in brief. Some people don't have any idea of how to make conversation short. They don't know how to finish something in 3 or 4 minutes. And 1 hour 15 minutes also you give them, they feel, oh, this is it, I need more time. What more time? You don't have clarity in your head, that's all. Mitam means very measured, very small. This is what we need. This is tapas. Only tapasvi can live such life. This life is not for everybody, you know. Just because everybody is running in some direction, I will also run. That doesn't give you the destination. You equip yourself, think properly, live accordingly, then you will attain the life. One Mahatma was saying, people want to be part of some or the other following. So you just don't do it because everybody is running somewhere. You do it because you understood the problems of life. You understood that you need that solution. You want to strive. Then you put forth effort. So Vangmaya tapa. And Manomaya tapa, where I live life with pleasantness, prasannata. Those who have mood swings, they will not be viveki. And those who are viveki, they would want to stay away from people who have mood swings. Always remember. Those who have mood swings will not be viveki. Those who are viveki would want to stay away from people who have mood swings. Why? Because you never know what is going to be the next moment from these people. Manah prasada, saumyatvam, maunam atma vinigraha, bhava samshuddhirityetat, tapo manasam uchyate. This is manasa tapa. So mana prasada. pleasantness of mind. Always some or the other complaint is there. There is no manasik tapaha there. Saumyatvam. Your temperament should be saumya. Mana prasada saumyatvam. Maunam. Maunam means, why Maunam has to be there in Manasa Tapa? Maunam means this person is thinking about Shastra if he has already studied, if he knows some mantra, sutra means Brahma Sutra ityadi, he is dwelling on them. Karikas, Vartikas. Oh, this is what is said, this is how I should understand. Or Bhagavad Gita shlokas, or life of great Mahatmas. This is Maunam. Atma Vinigraha means controlling the mind. Antakarana Nigraha, Nirodha. And Bhava Samshuddhi means no vices in the form of Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, Irsha, ityadi are not there. This is Bhava Samshuddhi. This is Manastapa. When this is there, you will be actually progressing in seeking the Brahma, means desire to know that Brahma, or in having Brahmanishtha. So these, see, as I said, Vedanu Yajna, Dana. In this, most of people who are not in the householder stage, they don't have much option about these three. But tapaha, we have full right. We can do all kind of tapa, but not whatever we want to do. Tapa means this, what is said in the shlokas. And these shlokas means not, don't interpret in your own way, as it is taught by acharyas. This tapas I should do. In this I have freedom. And in pujas, etc., I can do manas puja. Simple puja, patram, pushpam, Bhagavan says at least this you can offer. And then Yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasiyat, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Anything that I do throughout my day, I should dedicate it to Bhagavan. That, oh God, this is all for you. Means I am trying to do all these things to attain you. That's all. And all this is Tera Tujko Arpan. Yajnena Yajnamaya Janta Devaha. Yajnena Yajnam Devaha Ayajanta. So I take from this Yajna Purusha, Virat Purusha. I, the one who am part of this Virat Purusha. And I make offering to that Virat Purusha. Everything is Yajna. This is Yajna Bhavana. So main thing is how I change my mindset. Because you can't change anything else. You can't go and hop from one place to another. What we have to do is how I change my mindset. Then it will become tapas, then it will become yajna. With this, my sadhana chatushtaya will increase. Sadhana chatushtaya, what it is, we will see in the next session little bit. But main thing is, person who has already walked on this path for some time, at least in this life, maybe earlier lives also, then such people should analyze the problem differently. As to my problem is Adhyasa. So in next session, this part also we will try to address. Adhyasa is my problem. I am superimposing anatma, means panchakoshas, on myself. This is my problem. And therefore, karma, upasana, or this paristhiti vada, karma vada, these are not my priorities. If I do karma, it is only for greater abidance in the self. That's all. So in this way, when a person lives, then he is ready for further progress in life. So here we will stop. Then I will just give you some announcement. Okay. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayana Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punaha Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vivagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.